Welcome back to Playing with Dotfiles series. Today I try to configure my desktop. Compositor, XFCE settings, Dotfiles, etc. To do it, usually the first step I do is to visit reddit.com/unixporn. Don't let the name bother you, it is filled with beautiful desktop configuration. The first thing I configure is Compton, but on this video I try Compton fork by user Try1. He created a Compton with a cool blur method called Kawase, so I try his Compton. Unfortunately, Kawase blur method still lags on my PC, so it doesn't really matter which Compton I use. But if you like blur on your desktop, you should try Try1 Compton because of Kawase blur feature. I also configure my terminal configuration. I use the MUX for my splits, so I'm pretty agnostic about my terminal emulator choice. I just use XFCE terminal because it is the default, so I don't need to install anything else. On configuring XFCE terminal, I just remove bunch of stuff like tabs, scroll bar, etc. I also configure it to use Solarized color scheme. Still don't know how to pronounce it. I like Solarized color scheme because it has nice blue, bluish, navy. I don't know how to describe it. Also, the light color scheme is nice. I like the white yellowish background. It's really easy and pleasant to the eyes. After the color scheme, I configure F-step. It is a configuration for mounting devices. On my computer, there is 2 ext4 drives for home and root, and there is 1 NTFS drive for my Windows. So I configure F-step to mount the NTFS one on startup. Last, I rewrite my tmux config from scratch. I've mentioned it several times, but I only show it on this video. My tmux configuration is kind of a mess, so I tried to rewrite it from scratch as simple as possible. I think there is only 3 colors used on the config: black, blue, and gray. Initially, I only want to use blue and gray, but there are some parts of tmux that looks horrible if I use gray instead of black, so it can't be helped. The thing confusing about tmux config is about their styling. tmux actually changed their configuration style a while back, so it is kind of confusing for people who used to configure their old tmux and then jump to the new version. Fortunately, I figured it out how to style the new tmux. The difference is really simple. On the past, if you specify an item, on line 1 you specify item background, on line 2 you specify item foreground, etc. But now, for one item, you can configure its background and foreground on the same line. So just item name, then foreground this and background that in one line. It is really easy and make the configuration even simpler. Well, that's it. See you on the next video.